Eastcoast Radio.
Right, it's live with Deon G.
Stay live and vibe with us on Live with Deon G.
So welcome to the show if you just tuned in. And I love showcasing local talent. As I mentioned earlier on, last week I got rated on Instagram about a song and I was like, wow, this is really cool. And I love supporting people who love our province, number one. And because I'm also a person who born and raised in KZN, this is home. And I feel like when people are singing about it, we need to know about it. And I have a very interesting guy in the studio tonight, and his name is Reagan Tilling. Welcome to Eastcoast Radio.
Thank you so much, Deon Governor. First of all, I just want to give you special thanks to Susai for having us on the East Coast Radio. Really do appreciate the opportunity.
It's only a pleasure. In fact, you know, when I first came across your post, I was like, this is interesting. Because normally we get a lot of artists, little fun fact, a lot of artists who tag us. But you had an X factor, and I said, okay, fine, let's just check what this guy is all about. And when I heard the track, I was like, okay, we got to get this guy on the show. So tell me about you. Where did your journey in music start?
Okay, so as you said, Reagan Tilling is the name. I'm from Sydenham. A lot of people know as the Nims. And in terms of my music, I obviously started writing like everybody else. The inspiration started when I was a kid. However, when I dropped my first song, I was Squad 6 is actually a local rap group. And like a local record label that is in my area in Sydenhamites. They actually gave me my first shot back in 2016.
Yeah.
And from there, I knew, from the first track I made, I just fell in love with it instantly. And I knew this is my passion and this is what God wants me to do, because the message that I spread in that, people absolutely loved it. Till this day, people still come back to me and talk to me about my first song. Like, hey bro, it really touched me and it helped me get through so much. That's how I knew that this is really something that God has put me on this earth for.
Wow, I love the fact that you mentioned God and purpose and passion, and there's a lot of that I can see in you. Now, when it comes to being inspired for music, who inspires you?
Squad 6, 100%. And the reason I say that is because they were coming up, I used to look up to them, because where we're coming from, like, if you're not doing a certain amount of things, or like in a certain category of whatever, whether it's playing soccer, or you are, for example, selling drugs, or you're in construction, people don't really take you serious. And me coming as a young colored guy from a colored neighborhood, if I telling my friends, like back then, if I was telling my friends I want to be an artist, I want to be a rapper or something, they'd be laughing at me like it's not possible, like this we only see on TV. Squad 6 was actually the first group that made me realize that this is actually possible, because they touched a lot of lives as well, including myself. And they, because I know them personally, it made me notice to say this is actually possible.
Yeah.
And that is my biggest inspiration. And they're actually close brothers of mine as well. Yeah. And, you know, they've been there through all the ups and downs for me.
Wow. Now, I've got to say this, Regan, you know, whenever it comes to being a musician in South Africa, especially in the times we're in, some musicians have an X factor. You have passion, right? 100%. But what drives this passion? Because now you said you are giving this career in music your all. What made that change for you?
Like I say, the biggest thing for me is purpose. I believe every single gift or talent that the Lord blesses you with, there's a higher purpose behind it.
Yeah.
And like I say, I've noticed that the reason why I got this is because I was one of the people that is actually like the rising superstar in my area right now. And if you Google me, I'm actually on Google. And Google actually says that Reagan Tilling, if you say who is Reagan Tilling, one of the things that it says is Reagan Tilling is a beacon of hope in his community.
Wow.
The kids love me. They absolutely adore me. Growing up, we didn't have any role models. We didn't have any people that we could look up to, you know. And just for me to be an opportunity to be one of those role models that I didn't have growing up is a true blessing. And that is my true purpose. And so why I would love to pursue this and continue it, because I know that this is so much more bigger, besides just for myself, but for my community as well. It will change things forever for my community.
You know, a little side note to you, you know, whenever we interview artists, they're very nervous on the radio. One thing for sure, you're holding this conversation. You don't need it. You can do public speaking if you want to.
I've prepared for this moment my whole life.
Wait, tell me about that moment. You said when you walked into the building, you said something about...
Oh, yes. Yeah. So, fun facts. I used to actually work in this building. I used to work for Outworks. It's a call center. And the reception is at the bottom, but to come up to our office where we were working, we have to walk up the stairs, and we can literally see East Coast Radio, and we can see everybody walking in. And every single day, I used to walk here. You know, we're going to work. We don't really want to be there. But this was always like one of the biggest inspirations. And I always used to walk past and I used to always say to myself, one day I'm going to be in this building. One day Eastcoast is going to call me and look at God.
Wait, so now that one day has come, and now that one day they're going to be playing your song, what do you have to say?
All I can say is all praise to the Almighty. That's all I can say. Thank you to the Lord.
So, would you like to introduce the song?
Yeah, I love the way you guys. You got this whole I want you to do that. You, Deon, G, the one and only.
Okay. So this is the very talented Reagan Tilling. He's from Sydenham, as you mentioned.
Yes.
And he's got a hot track called Eastcoast in the flavor of KZN's number one.
Yes, sir.
We're chilling on that East Coast. Ain't no place like home. 'Cause we got beaches and we got sunshine. Let's have a good time, yeah, yeah. All day.
I'm from the east side. Double city, only one is to ride. We reside when the sun's out, shades on, we fly. And when I hit the shoreline, we guide. They know me, stickies wanna take kicks, I wanna get to know me. I'm just trying to have fun, no pressure. You gon' pay the bill, baby girl, I'm not a blesser. Bring your friends too, we gon' roll out. Suncoast beach front, put your toes out. I'm moving with my crew when we on, gotta pay me their fees just to feature the song. 2026, I'm on big things. No homo, I'm trying to hit the big screens. But for now, you'll find me in close if I don't find keys with my
Durban ain't no place like home.
Hey, bro.
'Cause we got beaches and we got sunshine. Let's have a good time, yeah, yeah. We're chilling on the East Coast. Durban ain't no place like home. 'Cause we got beaches and we got sunshine. Let's have a good time.
I'm just trying to have
Fun with my bras,
my fresh white tee
with my fresh white
Smelling all fresh, looking all good. It don't matter the section, I'm
good in the hood.
I give a shout out to the gullies and the numsjacks. Stickies look at me and
They say I'm a numbskull.
they all wanna try me like a full course. Better be careful, 'cause me, I'm coming
Full force.
And so jokes, but I'm saying, come collect this whole joke when I'm playing. I'm from East Side, Devon with the sunshine. 325 IS and them outlines. With my good toes and my dark
That's
heels.
definitely gonna be in the video. Online. East Coast outlines.
This is 031 West Claymore.
East Coast. Durban ain't no place like home. 'Cause we got beaches and we got sunshine. Let's have a good time. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it's KZN's number one hit music station. East Coast is the name of the song. Reagan Tilling is the artist. As well as there's some Dave Audinary in there. Tell us
Made the
about that.
beats.
Yes. So Dave Audinary is actually a very good close friend of mine. Also become a mentor, a big brother, and he is the producer and the artist also singing on the hook as well.
Okay.
Dave Audinary. Give it up.
Dave Audinary. So we go back to 2017, as you mentioned.
Yeah,
back then.
Peter Pan.
But tell us now about yourself. Who is Dave Audinary for people who don't know who you are?
Dave Ordinary is an artist, producer, sound engineer, coming out of Sydenham, doing what he loves every day.
Yeah.
You know, for my city. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And how are you related to Reagan, and how did this relationship come about?
Oh, I've known Reagan since he was 0, because I actually sang in church with his mom.
Okay.
So I've known him from small, and then The minute he hit me up, inboxed me, I was like, okay, let's do this. No second guessing, no telling him, hey, wait. I just said, hey, come into the studio, let's go. And from there, everything just started flowing. We never looked back.
Okay, sweet. Now, Reagan, tell us about the song here with both you guys in the track.
Okay.
How did it come about, and tell us the journey.
So the song, Dave said to me, you wanted to make something that is obviously for the East Coast, that represents our people, our culture, the lifestyle of Durban City, KZN, the East Coast. So we obviously had to find the inspiration, and he obviously laid down the hook. He produced and made the beat as well. And basically the song just speaks about unity. That's why I speak about all the races and stuff like that, you know, just people coming together and being one. I speak about like Suncoast, the beach fronts and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, it's just basically the bright side and the beauty, the palm trees of Durban City, the East Coast, you know, give you that, for somebody that hasn't been here, it just gives you that refreshing, you know.
You know Durban.
You know Durban.
It was like, we made the numbers and I'm like, no, man. We got to make something for everybody too, you know. So I was like, yo, let's reach out. And then we actually had 2 tracks. Remember the first East Coast? I came up with the idea and I'm like, okay, let's leave this. Because that's more of it's upbeat, but it's also for him to also flex on as a rapper. So I said, okay, let's leave this. And I went back into the, what would you call it, my dungeon. And then I was like, I got it. And I sent it to him. And he was like, this is the one. He came through to the studio and
and everything just
first take. And we didn't even go again and say, let's repair this. We were like, we're happy.
Yeah. Well, guys, first I want to say thank you for collaborating with a song that speaks KZN. But I do see a lot more coming in the future for you guys. Can you share a little bit of your future? What is in the pipeline for you?
Not a problem. So at the moment, we do, guys. You can get me on my social media firstly, on my Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Just search Reagan Tilling and it'll pop up there. And so we do currently have one of our songs. It's also a hit single that is currently out right now. Like locally, it's trending like crazy. It is called The Nims, spelled DANIMZ. That's what it is, The Nims. I have a music video on YouTube as well. You can just search it as there. I also have a project out at the moment, which we will be dropping soon on all streaming platforms. The Nims as well is on Spotify. It's on iTunes, Apple Music and stuff. And I have an EP at the moment called The Rise of Reagan Tilling EP, which will be out very soon. It is coming out. If you follow me on my social media, you'll be updated on all of that.
There's also upcoming show.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much for reminding me. So this Saturday, guys, please do pull through to Keys on Florida. I will be performing live. I am one of the headliners alongside Piggy from the Heights. Who is also very well respected and he has a massive following. He also currently has a project out called Make the Gully Great Again. That's basically about making our community great and uplifting our people. And it's an amazing project and it's really also one of the beacons of hope, and also alongside M.A. Luke as well, also very good artist. So the 3 of us will be the headliners at Keys this Saturday before 8 p.m. It is free entry. So guys,
don't make excuses.
Everybody wants a free entry.
Don't make excuses.
So you'll have the opportunity before 8 p.m. So pull through.